Let's talk about a new kind of threat. It's silent, it's futuristic, and it has its eyes on the entire world of cryptocurrency. And no, this isn't your usual smash-and-grab heist. This is something else entirely. A plan for tomorrow that's already using the data from today. Let's talk about a new kind of threat. It's silent, it's futuristic, and it has its eyes on the entire world of cryptocurrency. And no, this isn't your usual smash-and-grab heist. This is something else entirely. A plan for tomorrow that's already using the data from today. Let's talk about a new kind of threat. It's silent, it's futuristic, and it has its eyes on the entire world of cryptocurrency. And no, this isn't your usual smash-and-grab heist. This is something else entirely. A plan for tomorrow that's already using the data from today. Let's talk about a new kind of threat. It's silent, it's futuristic, and it has its eyes on the entire world of cryptocurrency. And no, this isn't your usual smash-and-grab heist. This is something else entirely. A plan for tomorrow that's already using the data from today.
So, the first question on your mind is probably this. Are these super advanced hackers trying to bust into my wallet as we speak? Hammering away at its defenses this very second? And the answer, which is kind of surprising, is no. The real threat isn't some direct brute force attack happening today. The actual plan is way more patient, way more subtle, and honestly, it's pretty brilliant. Okay, so let's get into this master plan. The whole strategy has a simple but kind of chilling name: Harvest Now, Decrypt Later. And what it does is it turns the very nature of the blockchain against itself. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Attackers are gathering up huge amounts of encrypted public information, specifically from our blockchain transactions, but they're not even trying to crock it yet. Nope, they're just hoarding it, creating this massive treasure trove of data that's locked up, for now. This whole heist really just unfolds in 3 very patient steps. First up is the harvest. Every time a transaction happens, public key information gets exposed, and they're just scooping it all up. Step 2 is storage. They archive all this data on enormous servers. And that final step? Well, it's just a wait. They're literally just waiting until a quantum computer exists that's powerful enough to slice through today's encryption, decrypt everything all at once, and boom, seize the assets. Now, I know this whole thing might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's only possible because of some, fundamental flaws in how we actually use blockchain technology right now. And these aren't bugs, they're more like features that a really patient enemy can exploit. So let's look at how they find that open door.
What's really wild is how simple this vulnerability is. Just think about it this way. Reusing a crypto wallet address is basically like leaving a digital copy of your house key just sitting out there online. A hacker can't use that key today, but they can save a perfect copy of it for the moment they finally can.
So you see, these things we do all the time create these huge risks. Reusing wallet addresses, that just makes it super easy for hackers to harvest public keys. The fact that the blockchain is public, that gives them all the raw material they need for their attack. And because people don't really rotate their keys, and most wallets have zero post-quantum security, we're essentially just giving hackers a permanent target with no defense in the future. So what happens when the waiting game is finally over? Well, that's when the hackers break out their quantum toolkit. And listen, these aren't just faster computers. These are machines that run on completely new principles, armed with algorithms that can solve problems our computers today couldn't even dream of solving. They are, for all intents and purposes, the master keys of the digital age. This toolkit really has 2 main weapons. First, you've got Shor's algorithm. Think of this thing as the ultimate lockpick. It can take that public key, the one you left out in the open, and literally reverse engineer it to find your secret private key. And just like that, the hacker has total control. Then you've got Grover's algorithm. This thing is the battering ram. It speeds up searches like crazy, letting it just smash through the cryptographic hashes that protect the whole blockchain. Put them together, an absolutely devastating combination. You have to understand, this is a complete paradigm shift. The entire foundation of modern cryptography, all of it, is built on math problems that are just too hard for normal computers to solve. But for a powerful enough quantum computer, those unbreakable problems, they become trivial, easy. All of this brings us to a really stark and kind of inescapable conclusion. The things we're doing today, the transactions we're making, the data we assume is safe and sound, it's all just creating vulnerabilities for tomorrow. It's like the future is casting this long shadow back onto the present. Just let that sink in for a second. Because the blockchain is a public permanent ledger, every single transaction is recorded forever. That transparency has always been its strength, right? But in a quantum future, it's also its greatest weakness. Every single transaction is just another piece of data waiting to be harvested, stored, and one day, decrypted.
I know, this all sounds pretty dire, but the story doesn't have to end here. The very same brilliant minds who are thinking up these quantum attacks, they're also busy building the next generation of defenses. Which, of course, leads us to the ultimate question. If this is the quantum sword hanging over all our heads, what in the world is our shield? We'll dig into that next time.